Hello, folks. It looks like we are live here. So I've got some questions and greetings. Okay, good morning. Yes. Good morning, Amos, JR. Actually, afternoon where I am, but hello to you. Trying to decide if my newly acquired Yamaha 50-year-old guitar would be better suited with 10s as opposed to 11s that you have now. Yeah, so I've also, kind of been working with that too. I find on this particular guitar, 11s don't seem to work quite as well. I think 10s or 9s are best on this particular one. And I think a lot of that just has to do with this bridge being kind of locked in here and only so much range with the bridge saddle. So when I work to intonate based on the string set, I find that I kind of run out of room if it's a thicker string. But you might decide based on how much you like to bend and all that. All right, got some tea here. Thank you. I think if I were you, I would play around on the current set with the 11s and see if you just kind of settle into it on that guitar, and then change them out and do the 10s for a little while, and see how that feels, and switch it back. I think for me personally, it probably would just take a longer length of time to just decide, and it may have to do with how you're going to use the guitar too. Okay, V2 V Roth. Any advice? Hello. Any advice on hollow body guitar feedback issues when playing rock gigs? Yeah, absolutely. One thing is your speaker placement. If you can keep your body between the speaker and your pickups, that tends to be a good situation. A lot of situations, we've probably find that we are using a kind of, let me see if how's my volume coming through here? You might see if you're kind of sometimes self-monitoring and then also getting that same sound out to the audience. But if you have an opportunity to get mic'd and maybe put through the monitors, then you can always point the speaker itself in different directions. So those are some things, but you want to kind of keep this pointing out that way, and then the amp behind you on your opposite side. So I would typically keep it to my left, a little ways behind me. Yeah, and just don't get in a situation where you're facing the speaker. All right, so I'm going to do maybe a little bit of playing here to start us out, and welcome your questions and all that. Jam a little bit on Beautiful Love. So I hope folks got to hear my latest release on the channel, a little chord melody on Beautiful Love by Victor Young. All right. Thank you. Thank you, V2 V Roth. Thanks for joining us today. It's a little rainy, snowy, cold, and uncomfortable here on the East Coast of Maryland. But had a nice Thanksgiving. If you do celebrate Thanksgiving, then let me know how yours was. Every year I put together a, I don't know about every year, but most years I've been putting together a kind of Christmas tune tutorial. So been considering Mala Kaliki Maka. Kind of started messing around with it, I think last Monday, then kind of put it down again. But that one I would kind of like to add to the channel, and it might be fun to record a little ukulele in the background. The melody is actually, pretty involved. I'm working with an ukulele student on it actually, and yeah, it's kind of a cool thing. But I'd like to make it into a chord melody. But a thought that I had this past weekend was, maybe doing some kind of major sixth or minor sixths to harmonize under it and just make it sound kind of like that intro. I think it's a fairly famous intro. Maybe it's from the Bing Crosby recording. I can't remember. But that's something on my mind to possibly do. I've been messing around with chromosome from time to time here. I haven't been as disciplined as I had intended. I was really trying to get on it daily, but I plan to refamiliarize myself with that tune a bit, and then maybe play that one soon. But yeah, we'll see how things progress. But a couple things before we go on. Please do like and subscribe. We've got new videos coming out all the time. I've also got my foundations course, I believe, listed down in the description. Recorded that quite a long time ago, and so it's in course form. Click that link down below and just make sure you've got your fundamentals all squared away. It's interesting when I this doesn't apply so much to guitar, but just kind of learning in general. Occasionally I'll listen to talk or something about history or something like that, and I think internally I just think I know that subject, what one particular story of it may be anyway, pretty well, and then I say, oh well, I just maybe learn something I didn't know before. So so check that out. So let's see. A couple of things I've been talking about here recently. We had a question a couple weeks ago from one of our members. Not sure if he's here today, but kind of discussing, the the benefits of, or if I think Barry Harris method is worth pursuing. And so I've been investigating that a little bit myself over the past couple of weeks, and I've been doing some videos on that. And I think it is really worth pursuing. Yeah, it's been really kind of a trendy topic in jazz. So the harmonic, or not harmonic, but the scale here, if we have the C major scale, and we have the, no, let's see, that would be the harmonic minor from C, but A harmonic minor from C to C. So that's one to kind of consider. And then the harmonic major. So I did a little article on I think Substack, talking a little bit about that. Hey, Sobran. How's it going? All right, perfect. Yeah, so I think it was your question, yeah, about the Barry Harris method. So thank you for that. And we've been investigating that a little bit. So I've been looking into the approach to minor a little bit more this week, and hopefully last week I didn't throw anybody off on the minor talk about it, but I'll try to clarify it today. If you take a scale, let's say like C, and make it a melodic minor. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about melodic minor as we go here today. Take melodic minor, which is basically like C major, except that you have an E flat rather than E natural. So and then you put that same passing tone in between the fifth and the sixth. And as I've been investigating this, I think it sort of avoids being talked about as a scale and more as a concept or method of working with notes and note collection. So just throwing that out there. But you can also relate this to the bebop type scales. So if you're familiar with those, we're basically adding an eighth note into some of these things. So, oh, great, Sobran. Yeah, awesome. I appreciate it. So yeah. So we add that tone there in between the fifth. So it's just above the fifth and the sixth, right? So this can actually apply pretty well to the this tune, Beautiful Love. So maybe we'll take a little playing break again here, play around on that, and might see if you can listen a little bit for that D melodic minor in this case, and maybe some of that E minor 7 flat 5 and how that kind of fits into the whole thing as well. So yeah, let's do a little more playing. This is over the changes to Beautiful Love. So melodic minor is a really useful note collection. Aside from just working simply with the tonic minor, it gives it that leading tone, so it helps to accommodate the A7, you know, an example here. So if we have this, you know, I'm taking this right out of our chord melody lesson that I released on Saturday. You can see we've got C sharp in this voicing, so this is an A7 with a 9. So we have a B natural. Remember, we're in the key of 1 flat. We have a B natural, which is not B flat, and then C sharp. So right in here, it almost kind of tells you the story about the D melodic minor applied to the dominant, the A7. Right. So when we work with minor, we have maybe a little more complexity involved with it because there's something lacking in our key signature when we talk about minor. So if we have just a plain old D minor here, and we are in the key signature, key of 1 flat, key of D minor, this is our tonic minor chord, right? The natural minor scale doesn't give us the leading tone, right? So A minor, however you want to describe this, but it feels passive. It doesn't feel like it directs the ear to the D minor. So if you play A minor and D minor, for example, it's kind of like, well, what's the tonic? Hard to say. You know, it's just sort of up in the air. Could be A minor. But when we put this A7, we have the leading tone. So that's where we have a variety of solutions to this problem. So we have the melodic minor handles that well, the harmonic minor handles that well as well. Another thing that's really great about melodic minor is you get the more stable 6th relation to the D. So we can play kind of chords like D minor 6/9 or just D minor 6. And also the modes of melodic minor are really, really helpful on a lot of musical situations, or what you might call musical problems to solve. Okay, I'm going to check in on, I am streaming on Facebook today. And I just want to make sure I'm not missing any comments. I'm not very active on Facebook, so I'm not really expecting any comments, but I should just check a little bit time to time. And I'll mention too, my website, fretprince.com. Got our member area set up there, so check that out. We're adding cool new stuff all the time, doing some live streaming, and I'm embedding some PDFs of lessons that are also available for download and stuff like that. So currently there's a 14-day trial, so you can try that out. See if you like it. We're trying to add some things real regularly. So I had a pretty good week this past week, I think. But I have some more plans for cool play-alongs and stuff to do. And exercises. We did an etude using Sound Slice, and so it's really working well. And I'm working to create a little more guidance through some of my visual lessons in PDFs. So little blurb about what to do with this scale and this and that. All right, folks. So yeah, we did Beautiful Love this past week. Let's see. I think. Yeah, maybe we'll play a little bit on Georgia on My Mind. Georgia on My Mind was our standard of the week on the website. So, not of the week, sorry, of the month. Excuse me. And so we are getting right to the end of the month here. So maybe we'll play a little bit on Georgia on My Mind. This is one of those tunes that kind of works with our typical relative major, relative minor kind of thing. So we're actually in the same key signature here. So let's see if I can play a little bit on this tune. Hopefully this is the right thing here. Let's see. Bass group. And rhythm guitar. Okay, it should be good to go here. One thing that I found interesting, over the years playing, and one kind of concept that I tried to work towards discussing this past month on this tune is Soberin. This is a great tune. It is an absolutely great tune, totally classic. Absolutely agree. So is this idea of playing these tones that we call blue notes, like the flat third and the key, and then the flat 5 and the flat 7. Thank you, Sobran. I really appreciate it. So taking these moments within the harmony to take advantage of how the harmony flows in a way that gives you that opportunity to play one of those three tones. It's really kind of a nice way, I think, to think of it. And I think I touched on this a little bit last week, which is as an alternative, when soloing, and there's not really like one way to do all these things, I wouldn't say, but one perspective to take is maybe rather than playing the blues scale and deciding, okay, now I'm going to play blues scale, and now I'm going to play this F major scale, and now I'm going to play D minor scale, is to just kind of work within the flow and the current of the harmony, and see if you can find those opportunities to play what's like kind of in that kind of blues scale, whether it's minor blues or major blues. So I think that's one perspective on this that's pretty helpful, right? So if we have a D7 flat 9, for example, at some point, you can really play that E flat. Play a little line like that or something. When we're kind of walking down here, this is a good opportunity to play that B natural there, or the C flat, you might think of it. Right, on this tune, or this chord, which is B flat minor 6, you might play that E flat. That's the 11 on that chord. So getting to know the flow and the little changes that occur within these progressions, to take those opportunities to play those tones. And then as I've been investigating this Barry Harris method more and more, I'm realizing it does, and I don't completely claim to understand what's going on with it, so that's why I'm kind of investigating it a bit. But it does seem to provide some opportunities to handle some of these harmonic situations in a pretty smooth way. So if we're working on this tune, and we've got this passing tone between the 5th and the 6th of that F major scale, it kind of, all of a sudden you have that tone. If you're familiar with it already, it's already on this A7, so it's kind of gives you, I think, a good opportunity to just sort of let your ear guide you through the changes a little bit. So that's another tone that you can introduce to work through the patterns and all of that. So, all right, folks. Well, thanks for joining me here today. And again, check out the description down below, and visit fretprints.com. Also, join my email newsletter, either via the newsletter group, or I've started the Substack recently, so check that out as well. So I'm taking some of the lessons and doing little offshoots or little samples of some of the things that I talk about in the member area, so you can get some, maybe some little insights into a few things. All right, let's go back to Beautiful Love here a little bit. That was the tune of this week. I wanted to take a little bit of inspiration from the Bill Evans kind of playing. I mean, it's sort of one of the staples of his repertoire, or it was. And so you'll kind of hear actually that melodic minor that we talked about. So I have these little pairs that go under our tones, right? So if we're in D minor, right, that's the upper part of the melodic minor. So I created these little motions that, maybe the left hand of a piano might work to play. So when we have, or even a little horn section, I actually used to arrange for some kind of high school level students that were at a school where I was teaching ways back, and I would arrange horn parts for them, and so similar kind of thing. And that's kind of an interesting thing about the guitar is that you can really treat these strings as individual voices, right? So you can have just a sort of an melodic voice, and then kind of lower voice, maybe an inner voice, right? Something like that, right? And then I changed it up a little bit. I wanted it to not be too terribly repetitive, so I did do some maybe subtle changes to the rhythms and parts and stuff like that. But I hope you enjoyed that that video lesson. I didn't do a chord by chord part or segment on that tune, but hey Jeffrey, how's it going? Good to see you here. I'm gonna do a little more playing here, guys and gals. So fun tune to play over or play on. It's fairly short form, and so one of those kind of tunes that definitely I hope folks kind of take some time to check out and place into your repertoire and all that. Let's see, Eric. Oh, welcome back. Worked up the tune-up arrangement. Awesome. Very nice and easy to get started with that tune. Yeah, very cool. I'm glad to hear that. Awesome. Congratulations on that. Misty rain there in Philadelphia. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of that, that temperature. It's probably pretty similar here, where we have kind of on and off rain and then just chilly, which makes for an uncomfortable combination. It's a good indoor probably day for most folks, or if you're like me at all. Yeah, find that first section ending a little challenging for some reason on the tune-up. Yeah, let me think about that. Yeah, let me see if I can pull that up really quick. And think about what you might mean there by that first section ending. Would that be like probably the end? Fireplace weather for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see if I can make this bigger. Let's see if we're thinking about. Oh, okay, probably this. Yeah. Yeah, that is tricky. That is a tricky little thing, and one thing that I do recommend, I would try to go for it. I mean, it sounds like you are, but feel free to adapt it. Actually, it's funny you mentioned that, because I went through a lot of different iterations on that part to try to get really maximum flow to it, to play through. So yeah, that is an understandably kind of challenging part of the tune. The thing I would really try to do is see if you can get this note to continue ringing at least for a little while after this F7 comes in. If you slide down from the C to the A and then pluck this note, and then you want to plant fingers 2, 3, and 4 after that. Try to keep that one going, and then go over into that. So I think that's probably the part. Getting to the F major 7 or F7. I think you might be talking about the F7 there. Yeah, getting to that F7. Yeah, if you're doing this, yeah, one thing I would try to do is just see if you can, do a little back and forth. Even like an exercise. Don't wear your hand or cause any repetitive injury. But and when I'm struggling with something, I'll move that around too. Might move it further up and just try it in different locations. That way my hand doesn't get too accustomed to the same fret distances. So these get really hard over here. So the further down the neck you get. So getting to the major 7, maybe on the B5. Yeah, I'm kind of, yeah, that's right. I am using a little bit of a bar there. So I've got the finger going across. That way, it doesn't really do anything for this chord, but it's just there ahead of time so that A7, when the A7 comes in, then you can shift to this. So you do. You might check the video, see if I actually do that. I don't know. Sometimes I might adjust, but I think I probably do the partial bar here, the 4/6 bar. So that way that's right actually there. Yeah. Yeah, Baltimore weather, Baltimore and Philadelphia, yeah. Pretty close. Similar weather patterns and all that, yeah. Yep, using the bar. Yeah, the melody holding the chords in both parts. Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, similar weather. A lot of jazz greats have come from Philadelphia, so that's pretty cool to be, you know, part of that area, that town, or that city. All right, folks. Well, yeah, let me know if you have any additional questions. I'm probably going to be heading out here in a minute. But thanks for saying hello and joining me today. Appreciate it. Like I said, hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving, those folks in the U.S. and maybe outside of the U.S. too. All right, folks, thanks again for joining today. Like I said, I'm trying to get out more awareness of my website and my offerings there. So we have our member area, so be sure to check that out. And if you are feeling not ready to do that, of course, join our email newsletter. Or check out our Substack, which is study.fretprince.com. And yep, it's still available for private lessons. I'm not sure that I'll be doing that long term, but at the moment I'm still available for that. So if you want to check out also a consultation, and I can get you directed with what I think might be best for you. Okay, so Coltrane's house. Nice. I need to go and just check that out. Is that, I wonder if they, you know, made a museum out of that or anything like that. If I remember right, I think there is something like that. Let's see, with Beautiful Love and the minor 1/5s. Wonder if you talked about soloing on that. Yeah, maybe next week. Yeah, that's the thing about minors. You got to get that leading tone in there somehow. But the quickest way is to look in this case at D harmonic minor, right? So that's going to be probably the first stop in general for playing 5/1s on minor. But yeah, perhaps we'll talk a little bit about that next week. Thanks for suggesting that, and please do remind me. 2/5. Oh, 2/5s. Yeah, 2/5s in minor. Yeah, 2/5s in minor. So typically, you have the 2 has a flat 5, oftentimes in minor. Which actually that works nicely with the harmonic minor as well. So, just thinking of it from the perspective of that root note there. But also, there are other scales and other ways of handling that as well. All right, folks. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me today. And great. Thanks, Jeffrey. Yeah, I'll be back and doing more of these Sundays. Most likely, 2 o'clock is looks like we're kind of settling into that time. So, yeah. So glad to hear that. Thank you. All right, I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good practice session. You're welcome, Eric.